Let's talk about y'all kings.
No, your childhood hero.
Let's talk about y'all heroes.
Your childhood hero.
Let's talk about the nigga you looked up to all your life. Robert Kelly.
Ooh.
Kanye. I really fuck with Kanye. Kels.
Let's all agree that thank God we have a Chance the Rapper.
We do have a Chance the Rapper.
Chicago has Chance the Rapper, which
that's a chance.
We can.
We also have a Vic Mensa too. As a subcategory.
He's not bad.
He's not bad.
Vic from 47?
But he's just as vocal though.
Or the one that wears see-through plastic jackets.
You know, 47. But he's just as vocal.
But good thing we have two positive voice.
At least so far, yeah.
Individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about these other two. Unfortunately, the two biggest ones, right? We have few people that come out of Chicago make a global national name for themselves. And our two biggest individuals are probably the most controversial people in the United States right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Other than Trump.
Shit, one is directly connected, unfortunately.
Directly connected, and that's Kanye right now. And his political views.
What can't you forgive?
How he just did the black community.
And this comes from people that's a little older or whatever the case may be. Maybe they stuck in their way or stuck in their belief. I feel like older people are too set in their ways, whereas younger people, we've seen so much diversity and so much inclusiveness. It's kind of hard for us to be prejudiced towards something because we've seen so much diversity in everything.
We've also seen so much discrimination too, though. It's
but we've been able
to
voice it to a point that the people older than us have never been able to voice it the way we have. When somebody older than us got pulled over, got their ass whipped by the police, it was what it was. When we do that shit now, we record. We put. If you see all the people,
technology is different.
We
morality,
have
it's definitely no big deal to get your ass whipped by a police officer.
Morality, the police morale to the black, according to the black community, has not changed.
No, it hasn't. But I just mean life in general. So
I think morality has changed. Because when a police officer, if you was 13 in motherfucking 2003. And the police officer slapped the shit out of you. It was what it was. You wasn't thinking about telling nobody. It wasn't nothing that you thought.
It was a part of going home from school.
It wasn't nothing that you thought was going to go viral that you needed to share with everybody.
That's sad.
It wasn't a big deal. It was.
That's what you had to deal with.
I experienced that.
Nobody shouldn't put their hands on me.
Shout out to Coleman off Cottage. This shit hurt the folk. So, out of my face, folk. You ever been slapped so hard in the winter? You ever been slapped in the winter? And your whole face sting and go numb? And you want to cry, but you can't because it hurts so bad. You ever been hit so hard you want to cry, but you couldn't because it hurt?
That's sad.
But with that being said, we bring in the whole R. Kelly thing back out. The reason why I say back out is because this shit has always been a factor. It has always been a topic. It's always been there. Yeah. A fucking TV show, boom. There was a TV show, Boondocks. If we can't see it, just bleep it out.
And Dave Chappelle.
But they have cracked jokes. But what's messed up about the jokes that they've cracked is they kind of showed the truth behind the jokes. For instance, on the TV show, it was 100% obvious that he was doing something wrong. Mm-hmm. Yet the people in the courtroom was dancing to his music and rejoicing the fact that he was found innocent.
Right.
So does the Chicago community look at, and we're comparing R. Kelly and Kanye West here, maybe they don't have anything in common as the individual or what they show or anything like that. But coming from Chicago, do we more so care about how you make the city look or how you look? And the reason why I say this is because Kanye makes Chicago look bad. Whereas R. Kelly, is him fucking himself over. So you have a lot of people in Chicago say, I could separate the music from the individual. Because he's a rapist and a manipulator and sadistic, because he's all of these things, doesn't mean he didn't make the greatest music. And I don't even think a lot of people. I don't even think a lot of people are viewing him in that light, to be honest. But even if you do, but even if you do, you still separate, right? It's a crowd of people who are completely dismissing the shit and blaming the victims, blaming the parents,
as a matter of
acting
fact,
as if it's okay.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot. I hear the parents a lot. I hear that. But it's enough accountability for everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody.
At the end of the day, everybody was adults.
Then it's another.
Those girls were kids.
It's another group of people who, like you say, I say, okay, yeah, he did do all that shit, but I grew up on this music. I'm rocking with it. I don't give a fuck. This is what I'm turning up to because this is what I grew up on. And I'm not letting it go. So it's them two separate crowds, I feel like. However, the other individual has a pure political and business standpoint. He doesn't have the same moral standpoint as Trump. Right. That's why I feel like that's what a lot of people can't distinguish between fact. He's not saying I agree with Trump's policies. I agree with the way he's running things. What he is a fan of is the individual. Somebody who was counted out. If somebody told you 5 years ago Donald Trump would be the president, you would have laughed at him. You would have said, this motherfucker is a celebrity. There's no way he could be a president. That's what Kanye draws in. If he looks at it as like, if Trump can be president, I can be president. If he can if he could do this, I can do it. That's his whole standpoint. That's fine for a bar in a song. And leave it at that. It's not okay for you to go to the fucking White House and kind of dick ride Trump.
Wearing this hat.
So if you inspired by that, that's cool. But
was the choice. And a lot of other fucked up.
Did you really listen to that whole? The slavery was the choice thing wasn't. I feel like it wasn't as bad as it seemed. Taken way out of context. But I feel like he articulated that shit horribly.
But you also gotta look at it as y'all. At the end of the day, our people came over here against their will. So many people had to do a lot of things against their will. A lot of those people that took those risks and chances cannot speak on those risks and chances that they took because they are dead. Understood. You know what I'm saying? And I get that he fucked up. He said that he fucked up bad. Whatever the case may be, is he more at fault for idolizing a white man? He idolizes Trump in the mindset of a business leader and entrepreneur. It's bigger than idolizing Trump. That's why he idolizes. It's a self-identity crisis right now. That's how I look at Kanye. I can see that too. He don't know if he want to be cut up with the Kardashians, getting tummy tucks. He don't know if he want to look homeless with his clothes. So why does he take that personal? He don't know if he want to be a part of Trump's campaign. But then he don't know if he want to come back to Chicago and just walk the low end and everything.
Why do we take that personal and say cancel him and say you no longer welcome in Chicago? We don't fuck with you. But somebody who's done something to morally fuck themselves over, R. Kelly. We'll say that's on him.
No, both people are going through fucked up self-identity crisis right now. That's how I feel.
It ain't right now.
Because ain't no grown man just saying, yeah, I'm fucking all these young girls, and I got okay with it.
R. Kelly ain't identity crisis. That's who he is. Wait, so your direct question is why are people not as offended or taking what R. Kelly is doing as personal or taking as much offense as Kanye West? What's your direct question? Kanye, why isn't it more serious? Why isn't it as serious? It should be more serious. What R. Kelly is doing should be more of a problem and a factor in the issue
than Kanye.
But that's not the case.
But when R. Kelly getting more support right now.
R. Kelly is getting way more support.
And that's the mind-boggling thing about this all.
But no, so what I'm asking is, why is that the outlook from Chicago? Why are we championing, if that's a word,
I feel like
R. Kelly more so than Kanye West?
I feel like what Kanye is doing is going against what he sold himself to be. Mm-hmm. And we been knew who R. Kelly was.
Yes.
So we been knew 10 years ago who R. Kelly was. We accepted the shit 10 years ago because motherfuckers want to act outraged like they just found out he was molesting kids. We been knew.
That was
the fucking video been out. And it's been on the internet. The shit is like on fucking porn.
I stole the video from my
you didn't even have to.
I've never seen the video. I would like to see it.
The shit is like on Pornhub.
No freaking
Kanye's sense.
Match up these crime
things. It's wild. Janae Akio owe him a check.
So look, on Kanye,
he a long time ago.
On Kanye's side, sure.
I'm sorry. I had to throw that in. No, more.
But look, that's how he get out.
On Kanye's side, when you think of the music that he put out, when you think of College Dropout and the shit he was speaking on, working on his slave ship. That was one of his songs. When you think about late registration, the shit that he was speaking on, the George Bush don't like white people, don't like black people. When you think about everything Kanye represented, this shit goes against everything he represented. So you sold Chicago on being this damn that black activist, and now you're doing the opposite. R. Kelly never sold you on being nothing but a fucking sex addict.
If you listen, and a religious man.
So with R. Kelly, you don't gotta separate the man from the music because he been a sex addict in the music.
But if you pay attention, to Kanye music, he's still rapping the same shit. He's still rapping the same. We the slaves, don't let them control us, so and so, so and so. It's the fact that the one individual
that he's aligned with goes against everything
that he's aligned with goes against what he's talking about musically.
Right.
But if you pay attention, he tells you, I do not follow this man's political belief.
And that's fine.
He says that. He says, I do not follow him.
Why trade with him? Why make it a point to have his appearance, to come to the White House?
So he's phony kicking it.
To wear this hat.
He phony kicking it.
No.
It ain't no phony kicking it,
Ain't
bro.
no funny kicking it against your morale.
It's like, nigga, it's one thing to say I agree with him. You could just agree. You could publicly say, like, hey, I agree with what he's doing for the country. You could agree with him in any aspect. But when he's going to the White House, kicking it with this dude, doing all this extra and making it seem like he wants us to see this shit. He's not low-key like texting Trump. He popping up with him with cameras and shit. So he wants us to see him with Trump. So that's the problem. It's not whether the alignment is that like, you want to be next to this nigga.
You know,
and he go against everything you stand
Black
for.
Republicans movement.
You know what I think and this is a thought. What I think his issue is that he's trying to force his idea or his vision on the future. He always calls himself the new Walt Disney, the new Steve Jobs, whatever the case may be.
I don't know why.
For instance,
he a creative genius.
So for instance, he say, I created the skinny jean style. I created the pink polo and preppy boy style. Arguably, he did.
Not created, but he made it popular in America. In black culture. He brought that shit to black people.
So listen, which he did. So
I feel skinny jeans.
But I feel like this is what he's saying. I feel like this is how he's thinking. Right now, you hate me.
You want some more of this shit?
Yeah.
Under the table because we ain't get no ads yet. Every time you say yeah, you gotta look at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get ass to rock out, bro. Like, you know what it is.
Label.
Y'all do sabes.
There we go. All right, go ahead. So, but my whole thing is, I feel like he's trying to force his idea and say, "You gonna thank me later." So it's almost like if somebody tell you have a dream, right, or you have a vision, don't stop because people reject it. Right? The first person to ever come out with headphones, they said, what the fuck is that on your ear? What is that? That's stupid. That's ugly, right? They continue to wear them. And then one day somebody picked up on it, continued to do it. He's saying, I want to be this person that I can jump from music to politics to fashion to whatever the fuck I choose to jump to and be able to control my route.
He almost got his ass beat.
That's
jumping to politics.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. He said so.
Like beat.
Could he not be thinking in his head?
I could just do it all.
No, not even that. I'm going to take the L for the people coming behind me because I'm paving the way.
Nah.
I think that
could
Kanye,
that not be how he's thinking? Like, yeah, you can hate me all you want, but when the next person behind me come and do the same thing and you praise them,
if that's the
just
case,
know I started.
If that's the case, why didn't he start this during Obama's campaign? Here, this first black president from Chicago.
Because he didn't agree with Obama's actions. So that's another thing. You say first black president from Chicago. Are you making your choice based off of skin color and where he's from, or because of what he's capable of?
I am saying that is the liaison to your change. If you want to come into the White House to make some change, why would you go with somebody who stands directly opposite as to what you?
We gotta remember Obama publicly dissed Kanye, and I think that some of this shit
after what term? Almost his second term.
No, but
and because Kanye was an asshole.
But listen,
to get on stage and doing what he did.
Some of this Donald Trump support might be out of spite of Obama, because we know Donald Trump hates Barack Obama.
I've never seen nobody parade behind a white man like I did Kanye West.
So
I've seen a few.
Yeah, but
I mean, as far as a political, like, from a hood star to
what if he's
politics?
What if he's trying to say? What if he's trying to say? It doesn't matter the skin color I'm parading behind.
I'm not saying the skin color. It's the statement.
You just said behind a white man.
He want all immigrants to go. That means your wife, she's fucking Armenian. Her people are Armenian. They not from America.
He called an African country a shithole.
Exactly.
Donald Trump is publicly right. We're not talking about a white man that George Bush. By the shit that he did, we assumed that he was racist. He didn't say anything racist.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, and that's one thing that I don't support Donald Trump, but I fuck with the fact that we don't have to wonder. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But all these other presidents,
making it very clear.
But all these other presidents, you gotta
I'd rather have a motherfucker
like
tell me I don't like black people than to oppress me behind my back.
Exactly. We don't have to wonder. And I ain't gonna lie, even Barack Obama even did a lot of shit.
In our face.
Yeah, Barack even did a lot of shit that I personally don't fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
Like what? Just a small example.
He wasn't all that successful of a president.
Like the bombing of Libya.
He wasn't. Could you imagine how much backlash he got? First of all, they didn't believe he was American. He had to put his birth certificate out there.
I'm not saying he didn't have a tough road. I'm not saying he didn't have a tough road. Mm-hmm. But everybody has strengths and everybody has weaknesses. Mm-hmm. His strength was bringing forth the issue and opening eyes to it. Mm-hmm. His weakness was implemented.
His weakness was because he was a black Democratic president behind a Republican House. Everything as far as a Republican, whatever Trump goes, Republicans are going for it. Whatever you want, Trump. Damn near. Some of these Republicans were okay with the fact that a lot of these babies were separated by their families at that border. They didn't give a fuck about them kids.
So the reason why the government shut down?
Some kids just fucking died. Like,
the reason why the government shut down is because the Republicans are not fucking with Trump. Yeah, that's the reason why the government shut down. Nobody's fucking with him. But guess what
this president is saying? He's not saying his own people. That's the lack of transparency that we don't have with Trump. Yeah, he's transparent on how much he hates black people and other people, but he's not transparent on his own party. The Republicans, ain't shit happening because Republicans are fucking with me. When he get on the news, he said it's because of the Democrats.
He hates other racists and poor. If you ain't got the money, fuck you.
He's not going to do his own people.
But so that's.
Let me say this about.
He's not going to shame his own people.
Because you said something about Barack earlier, and it's not even the shit on Barack because the story is inspirational that he was be able to become the first black president. And seeing my grandparents watch the inauguration and all of that was crazy because they come from an era where you just never thought in a million years.
A lot of our grandparents never saw that they passed.
It was a great accomplishment.
That was crazy. But at the same time, I think a lot of us, for Barack, being black was good enough. He didn't have to do shit else. Because as far as like what he did, and then people are like, oh, he's not black America's president, he's America's president. He was definitely like gay America's president because he gave them a lot of like pretty much everything they wanted. Yeah. But at the same time, Barack, my big issue with Barack was that, you know, when Libya was bombed and like Gaddafi, the leader of that country, was killed over gas prices pretty much because they own oil and they wanted to change the currency from U.S. dollars to gold, it would have cost America so much money. So we had to just go ahead and kill him. And he was only doing it because he wants to give his country free. And,
so we just had to go ahead.
But look, this
get his ass out.
That's my thing though.
Take 4 of them out.
Look, that's my thing. So like, we wanted gas prices lower, and they had the oil. They wanted to charge us in gold, which would have cost us too much money. So they was like, all right, fuck it, we gonna kill. But all he wanted to do was give his country free power. He wanted to give everybody free electricity. And to do that, he had to make more money, which was going to cost America. So we killed him. And whether Obama pressed the button on that shit, or whether somebody else pressed the button on that shit, he didn't say shit. And this is an African country. This is Africa. This is where we come from. And this is a black president of a white country. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why do I got to watch news from another country to find out about that? That shit wasn't important.
My whole thing is, as big of an accomplishment as there was, and as much of a success story and motivation and empowering he is, I would recommend everybody dig deep into all that went on with the Obama administration. And the reason why I would say
good shit though.
The reason why I would say that is because
is it as trifling as
No. It's not as trifling. All I'm saying is people need to know about politics.
Yeah.
People don't understand politics. They understand this is a black man, he's president, boom. I'm for everything he's doing. But you don't understand the political part about what goes on. I just kind of started learning about politics. Working in corporate America, I'm looking at who the partners of my firm and all these people voting for and why they voting for him and why they have problems with Obama. Why they hated Obamacare. Now, Obamacare was great for a certain class of people. Right? It was great for a certain class of people. Those certain class of people mainly being people that don't have a job.
All right.
If you were unemployed, if you was homeless, anything like that, Obamacare was great for you. Anybody who had a job, it greatly affected them. We probably didn't see it because around that time you was still on your parents' insurance. You was 26
years old. No, I was on my own insurance.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, people don't dig deeper into what goes into politics, what goes into running the country, what goes into all these things. I still don't know everything, but the fact that I was able to look into it and see some of the things, not saying he had a valid point, but I could see why Kanye West could be like, he was a regular ass president. Like, y'all giving him all this praise, Obama this and Obama that, and success wise, he was a regular ass president. So for somebody who's intrigued by intellect and success and getting shit done and all this and that, Obama ain't do it for him. He ain't do it for him.
Fuck all that, because he still don't have to stand next to him. So Kanye is wrong for that shit. And I'm a big Kanye fan. I remember the day I bought Dark Fantasy. I was working at fucking Target. They dropped the shit. Bought the shit. I've had a fucking 98 grand now. Put that shit in my CD player. It was like one of the most memorable. I fantasized about this back in Chicago. Like, I remember, like, bro, Kanye West was my favorite.
Okay. So is it safe to say that being from Chicago, he unintentionally sold us a dream and then snatched it from us?
I blame Kim.
Why blame Kim?
I blame him because he married.
He chose Kim.
He's
so I blame Kim.
Leave
Kim, even before Kanye was doing what the fuck we know Kim does, and that's just being a Kardashian.
You're right. Fuck it. It's Kanye's fault.
Kanye chose her.
The Kardashians have ruined a lot of niggas, but at the same time, like,
have the Kardashians ruined a lot of niggas, or have a lot of niggas fucked themselves over to be with them?
Before we get there, y'all, we didn't really say who got the pass from Chicago.
Oh, we still going.
The most.
We still going.
Yeah, let's bring it back to
that. But ultimately, it's like, I feel like either way, either situation, R. Kelly, Kanye, the black community, we was hurt. Either way.
So do we cancel both of them?
Either way. Do we cancel both?
Chance the King of Chicago.
We cancel both because they both fucked up.
G Herbo,
right
the
now.
King of Chicago.
Ain't no king of Chicago. Ain't no fucking king of
Chicago.
Chicago. Listen. Ain't no king of Chicago. Practically don't even live in Chicago, first of all. Second
They
of all,
don't.
That's another thing. Why do y'all all leave?
that canceling shit is a fucking joke. That canceling shit is a fucking joke. It's some trendy shit to say. None of these niggas is canceled because they drop a fucking hit. It's a fucking hit. Ain't no canceling nobody.
This is true.
Ain't no, they gotta cancel themselves because it's a fucking hit.
Well, technically, I cancel them because I don't wear Yeezys.
Or drop a fucking shoe,
You
or a
wear
raggedy
Yeezys?
shit. I do not own a pair of Yeezys. I will not buy a pair of Yeezys. You will not catch some shoes on my feet.
Man.
Checks over stripes.
So you fuck with him?
Checks over stripes. I said checks. I didn't
Cause
say
we
Drake.
talking about this R. Kelly shit.
I didn't say Drake.
You just threw some Drake shit.
I
down.
said checks.
And there's a video
Nike
float.
over Adidas.
It's a video floating around of
Nike
Drake
over
fondling the
Adidas.
17-year-old
I'm Nike
girl.
till I die.
Nah, he a rapist, but it's cool.
Nike over
Hey,
Adidas.
It's not cool. Don't even say that shit.
Nike over Adidas.
So
that's my
I
only
wasn't
check
saying
over
it was
stripes.
cool. I was
You're
trying
not
to
gonna
say-
catch me in no Yeezys, but you're gonna catch me in all my Nike.
All right, so who we canceling? We canceling R. Kelly or Kanye or both?
I'm okay with canceling both.
So
Musically,
Who does Chicago cancel?
musically, who do we
Who does-
cancel?
who does Chicago?
Morale-wise, who do we cancel?
Chicago.
If they had a
cancel.
concert today,
Today.
who would sell out?
They both
R.
selling
Kelly
out.
or
Or
Kanye?
Kanye.
They both
Ooh.
selling out, and they can do the shit together. And
They
both
both.
selling out.
This is
You know
true.
why? You know why?
This is true, 'cause
Because white people don't give a fuck about what's
They
going on in the
don't
black
give a
community,
fuck.
and they gonna go to Kanye's show.
But who gonna go to R. Kelly's show?
White people gonna go to R. Kelly shit too. Black music is the biggest export. Black music is the
I
biggest.
don't think that
American
many people
export,
go
bro.
to
You
a
tripping,
Bumpin'
bro.
Grand concert.
They definitely will. The man
Not
had
saying they
a-
won't go.
The man just sat
So,
here
you think
and
niggas
performed
going
for his
platinum on
birthday
CDs without
in
white people?
Chicago. Even with this series being out, he was comfortable enough to come to his city, do his performance for his birthday.
Did you see that video?
In a
It was
Chicago
all
club.
black girls get out.
All black girls.
They trying to take
All
me
black
hostage.
girls.
I don't wanna fuck. Listen, at the end of the day,
It was all black women. Yeah, your people. Yeah.
I'm a half breed. Half my people.
Oh, this motherfucker.
that shit ain't came from it. She ain't
Who the other half?
The
The Latinos.
The
Oh, my
Don't forget
God.
this shit. Don't forget this shit.
The
When
Puerto Ricans.
We talking about some other shit. Don't forget she halfway.
But no.
She got one
I'm
foot in and
half.
one back.
I'm
say,
half.
I be
Hey,
one foot in and one
If
out.
you say as a black woman, we pulling this clip up, G.
That's fine.
You better call yourself half.
I still call myself a black woman. I was in a black woman's womb for 9 months. I'm a black woman myself.
You are listening
I'm a
to
black
Forever
child.
Shy But Never
I was in a
Shy.
black woman's body. Now,
Asshole Asia.
Co-host Asshole Asia, aka Half Breed,
She not
aka
fucking.
Latino
half of that,
mommy.
half of that.
She on her Tiger Woods shit.
Call me half of that.
Oh, you is.
She fuck with niggas when it's convenient.
No!
Damn.
No, now that hurts because that's Kanye. Kanye
Yeah.
fuck with y'all when it's convenient. Got y'all ass. When he want to sell a shoe, he gonna call his
Hey,
niggas.
one thing I will say about this R.
Drop
Kelly
the
shit
track. They're my
though,
boys.
is that like I've been hearing. I heard an older woman say that she took accountability of R. Kelly and said that all these young girls I fast. I remember when I was 14, my friends used to lie and say they was 18. Well, let's stop playing with this conversation.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, even
Yeah.
I'm all for debate.
I
I'm
was
all
definitely
for,
16,
like,
15, dating an 18 or 19-year-old.
No, no,
I'm all for.
But that's as far as it went.
totally
Look, I'm all for respectful
Not no
debates.
26-year-old man.
I'm all for respectful debates, but all that I'm all for people playing devil's advocate. But that devil's advocate shit, when it comes to certain topics, like that shit off the table, bro. You're not defending. There's nothing you can say to defend a nigga. Whether the girls want, if you're attracted to this little girl, you're sick. I don't give a fuck. And then
you have kids of your own.
And you've been around the world. So ain't no girl lying about their age to you when you've seen the whole world. This is not a nigga that's stuck on the south side who ain't never seen shit. This is a nigga who traveled the world. So you not getting fooled by somebody that's 14 saying they 18. You're not getting tricked by that. So
I
you
agree
sick.
with you there. I agree with you there. I think
I think the blame.
I think people are putting the blame on the victims and the victim's family because they saying you should have controlled
Nah, the parents are to blame too.
Yeah, you should have controlled your daughter. Why didn't you know where your kid was?
Balls in your court when you had that child.
How many times you snuck out before, right? Your parents didn't know where the hell you was at?
No.
No, what I'm basically...
That's still a parent's
fault. No.
Even when the parents knew, they did not.
No. Basically, what I'm saying is...
Cease and desist.
It's like what you said. At the end of the day, this man knew this was a little ass girl, right?
He
At
knew
the end of the day, he knew
girl.
she was young. She wasn't emotionally, mentally, and sexually fully even fucking... Like, her titties ain't even came all the way in yet. Mm-hmm. You're taking advantage of someone who doesn't even know themselves sexually.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
They still going into their bodies and their hormones.
When it's all said and done, let's just take it for face value or what it is. Right. That motherfucker is sick.
Right.
He should have deserved to go to jail a long time ago.
Right.
If you ask me,
understand the only reason he did not is because the parents of that young girl said, "That's not my daughter. That's not my daughter."
But
that's the only reason why he walked away.
We don't know what happened behind the scenes.
We do. They said.
You know how much motherfuckers will take.
I'm just saying.
Will take
that's the only reason why he walked away.
Yeah.
It wasn't walk away. There wasn't. His DNA wasn't there.
Somebody could have easily said, "He's not gonna have sex with my daughter. He already had sex with her. You give us a $250,000 check, you will never have to see us again." So I'm not saying that other people aren't to blame. Everybody is to blame.
Yeah.
But who's the criminal?
The parents.
They are to blame.
They are to blame.
No, that's neglect. That's neglect.
Once you accept that money.
If your 13-year-old is spending the night, is spending days, is spending all this time with a grown man, you're neglecting your child, bro.
Yeah.
You're neglecting your child, bro. All of them need to sign. His wife is a victim too. But at the same time, I feel like she takes some accountability in this shit too.
I feel like she knew what was going on.
I feel like she takes some accountability.
You can't be married to somebody and I know what's going on. I know she was in the documentary. I know she was a victim. I know she was a victim.
That's still her last name. Yeah, still like rocking with the music, all of this. And my question is, even with the 17-year-old who was like, they had the threesome. The 17-year-old had the threesome with the 13-year-old.
With the 13-year-old.
And the 17-year-old.
She knew that
she found out later though.
R. Kelly get 100% blame. The 17-year-old gets blame as well because at 17 you're still old enough to know you're wrong.
Did she say she found out later on?
It don't matter because this is why.
But she had more than one story that she come to the point where she's saying she's having underage sex.
Take R. Kelly money away. If you having a threesome with if you find out a broke nigga fucking you and a 13-year-old, you ain't telling him. This rich nigga. He taking you here, you met this person, you went to this dinner,
you went to this award show. That, but he taking care of me though.
Let's say this nigga was broke, he would have been told on. But all the brothers, the wife, everybody would have told on this nigga if he was broke.
The parents.
But I love his life he provided for me, so let me shut the fuck up. Until 20 years later when everybody against him and he cut me off and I ain't getting shit.
He ain't got no more money.
He got money, he ain't giving me no more.
Yeah, true.
So now I'm gonna tell on this nigga. But when everything was good, when it was I believe I could fly time and them checks was rolling in, it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Even when it was good, it's like it's the fact that you really took it upon yourself to sit here and abuse the mindset of these young girls. And he had a strategy, y'all. He had a strategy. He had a strategy to get to these girls right before they turned 18. A lot of their stories is either I met him right after I turned 18, I met him right before I turned 18, and as soon as they turned 18, these girls disappeared. They living with him now. Yeah. They said, fuck their family. A lot of them girls' parents said, I did not see my child since her 8th grade graduate. Since her 8th grade graduate.
I don't think he got him at 8th grade.
I'm sorry.
If he got him at 8th grade, I was going to be like,
excuse me. Since her high school.
Hey, he needs some help too. On top of the jail shit.
Both of them need help. Kanye and R. Kelly need help.
Some fucked up shit happened to him when he was a shorty, right?
Yeah, and I don't understand how that worked. You know what I'm saying? How that translates to your adult life. I don't understand it. I'm not even going to speak on the shit because I don't understand it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely needs some help on top of going to jail. He definitely needs to be in jail for some amount of time. And I think that Asia had a good point on juxtaposing that point to something else that's going on and something else that's going on in the media with Ms. Brown, who just got clemency.
Yeah, with Centonia. So I was thinking, like, how the fact that Chicago is still holding R. Kelly as this hood hero who likes to fuck on young girls, like, he's still.
That sounds so fucked up.
It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. But
hero who fucks young girls.
How many generations of Chicago kids?
Shout out to Kenwood.
Have had, shout out to Kenwood. Shout out to Kenwood.
Shout out to Hyde Park. Shout out to all the girls that niggas just pulling up.
Kenwood. All the low end schools. Kenwood, King, Hyde Park, all this shit.
We didn't have to say Hyde Park. He went to Kenwood. Let's just keep it at
No, I'm saying all them schools where them older niggas was picking them girls up at.
That wasn't happening.
All that east side shit.
All that east side.
Happening to Simeon too, but there's a lot of that east side shit. Them east side niggas was picking them little girls up from school.
That was happening at Hyde Park.
Them east side niggas was picking them little girls up from school. I ain't gonna say y'all names, y'all might kill me.
The fact that we are okay with accepting the fact that R. Kelly was a predator. This is what Chicago was accepting, that he's a predator. We still gonna listen to his music. They still gonna dance to his music. He can still pop up at a club.
Do y'all cancel his music? Just real quick, do y'all cancel his music?
Man,
I am not gonna lie. It has been a challenge for me because I grew up listening to his music. I grew up looking at my parents stepping in the kitchen to his music and his songs. His songs was a part of my high school graduation, my Girl Scout ceremony, Troop 296.
So fucking
Troop 296, what's up?
So I'm the world's greatest. I'll say this though. So
it's hard, but I am dwindling down.
I'll say one thing that made it semi-difficult was that watching the documentary, they showed so much of his talent.
Of his music.
Like, are y'all going against this nigga or for this nigga? Because they was like, Sparkle was like, he had the video down pack, he had this down pack. I'm like, this nigga was a fucking G. I'm watching this shit like, wait, is this shit supposed to be good or bad? Like, but listen, at the same time, when you turn that shit on and you hear, it's just like, another one of artists that I like is Frank Ocean. And I like the song Thinking About You, right? Yeah. I've been thinking about you. And he say, boy. Like,
it's about a boy.
In the song.
It's about a boy.
But when I heard this shit before I knew he was bisexual, it was like I liked the song. But now when every time I hear him say, boy, I'm like, this nigga talking about another dude.
I'm not, you can't enjoy it the same way. No, you can't enjoy it the same way.
I still like the song, but it's not, it's still in the back of my mind. So it's the same thing with R. Kelly. Is like when I hit them songs, it's like, bro, that's the first, because most of the songs are so sexual, and it's like, you fuck with kids, bro. Like, nigga, like, you wild as hell.
But that's the answer. That's the answer to a lot of reasoning behind a lot of his music streaming all of a sudden spiking out of nowhere. Once this series dropped on Lifetime, all of his music and his streaming spiked because it was the series that said, when he was molesting me or when he was having sex with me at this time, Feeling on My Booty was on the charts. I Believe I Can Fly was on the chart.
It's nostalgia.
So now people are going back and they're listening to these songs and they're trying to revisit some of these images that these girls are saying on TV and some of these things that happen to try to put two and two together. That's another reason why that shit spiked.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I didn't even think about that till you just said.
That's another reason why it spiked. And that's what made me say that, because you said also within the series they was damn near promoting this shit too.
Yeah, but
that's why people was going back to
also think
listen
that the music is really nostalgic, and music goes straight to the soul. G.
It do.
You can listen to every day. Every day I rode the bus. I rode the 8A down Austin to Simeon. Niggas is on bullshit. Niggas is on bullshit. Look. So niggas was on bullshit. The Dedication 2 was out.
Ooh.
That's all
really was
my block pumping, but I'm trying to get that. All that shit. I used to listen to that shit on repeat every day on the bus just to hype myself up. Like, these niggas on bullshit. Like, these niggas might want me, but I'm knocking so like every day. So music, it goes straight to you. Like, you listen to some shit and be just, some shit can make you want bullshit. Some shit can make you emotional. So like, when you hear the music, you want to go back and hear Fiesta. You want to relive because it puts you in a certain mind frame.
Yeah.
So, but when you go back and listen to it,
people that might have lost their mom or loved one, them type of songs. It's like he wrote a lot of songs that spoke to people.
Yes.
So
yes, it's a big part of growing up.
You saying
But it's difficult to listen to now.
You saying yes, he needs to be canceled, but you do admit the fact that it's not an easy transition.
Correct. Because when you a 90s baby, R. Kelly was the king of the 90s era. He owned the era of the 90s on.
Back to the original.
I
know that whole song.
So he was a creep on that shit though. He had that long beat. That shit was
back to the original comparison. Is there an argument to keep either one, or do we cancel both R. Kelly and Kanye and try to move forward with success and motivation of people making it out of Chicago?
You want to hear both?
The reason why I say that is because this will go into the next segment. So just one or the other. Do you cancel R. Kelly?
Or
just a yes or no. Do you cancel R. Kelly?
Yes.
Do you cancel Kanye?
Yes.
All right. Do you cancel R. Kelly?
I both.
Cancel R. Kelly is in I'm never listening.
Do you say I no longer want to associate myself, emotions, my past with him, anything like that?
I feel like R. Kelly should be in jail, and I no longer want to listen to him. I feel like the canceling shit. I don't even know.
That's what I mean.
It's a joke.
I don't know what canceling.
I don't know what the fuck.
I get what you're saying.
But I would say this: R. Kelly needs to be locked away.
Will you continue to support R. Kelly and his music?
No.
Okay. Will you continue to support Kanye and his music?
I will continue to listen. Yes, because Kanye is my favorite artist. I love albums that he's put out in the past, and I'm not going to stop listening to them.
Okay, I feel the same way.
Wait, can I give my reasonings? Because I just gave you straight answers. I didn't give you no reasons behind my answers.
Go ahead.
He gave reasons.
I'm
just saying. Let's make it fair. Let's make it fair.
We listening.
R. Kelly. R. Kelly. No.
Okay.
He needs help.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
Point blank. Period.
Definitely.
Kanye West. No.
Wow.
He needs help. Point blank. Period.
So you saying they both need
help
to get back to who? R. Kelly. It is who he is. R. Kelly needs help on how he feels mentally, emotionally, and sexually, and then Kanye just needs help as far as mentally
and emotionally.
So yeah,
he needs help because
I personally can separate the person from the artist when it comes to Kanye West. I could give two fucks what he does in his social life. I could give two fucks who he supports and everything like that. I just like his music. I don't follow him on social media. I don't care what he got going on a regular basis. I'm a fan of
even
his
if he's
music.
a puppet with someone else's hand up his ass.
I don't follow him.
Listen,
I don't even wear Yeezys. You get what I'm saying? I don't follow him. I just listen to the music.
The difference between what you said about Kanye, what we both said about Kanye might be for different reasons, and R. Kelly is Kanye was two different people. He's a different person than he was.
Very true.
R. Kelly is the same fucking pedophile. He's been that person the whole time.
Very true.
Kanye was two different people. So I could listen to that old Kanye shit, and I don't have to separate. I don't have to separate the person from the music because that's really who he was.
I'm warming up a little bit.
Now on the
when it comes to the old Kanye,
bro, let me say this about Kanye. I fuck with Kanye because Kanye made a lane for niggas that wasn't hood niggas.
He did though.
Because 50 Cent made it to where nigga, you either hood or you a fucking goofy.
You ain't shit.
You a hood nigga, or you a goofy.
And
I'm like, look, I'm not a hood nigga, but I gotta be like this because this nigga, this all it is. This the lane.
It's safe to say
Kanye
Chicago.
made the shit even.
Please cancel, if that's a word. Please stop supporting R. Kelly.
We gotta stop.
It is what it is. There is no.
We gotta stop contradicting ourselves.
Fuck that, please.
If Uncle Leroy, it ain't okay for Uncle Leroy to be fucking on his young nieces. It is not okay.
Uncle Leroy?
I'm just saying, in general, a lot of black stigmas. A lot of black stigmas and black secrets stay within the black family. We cannot treat R. Kelly like a black family.
Your uncle name would have been Hector, right?
Get this shit fixed.
Because your uncle Puerto Rican, right?
Is that the uncle on the black side or the Puerto? Is it Puerto Rican? Is it which?
He funny as hell.
So listen,
it'd be Hector or Pedro.
Fuck all that, please. Fuck all that, please stop supporting shit. If you still backing R. Kelly, you're backing him as a whole individual. You're as sick as he is.
And I'm wild as hell. If you listen to his music,
don't
you like
defend that
girls.
Shit.
Even beyond the brilliance.
Can we go that far as to say that?
Don't
at the end of the day,
that'll put pressure on people.
It
right?
says R. Kelly made that song, y'all. And when it says by R. Kelly, you have to put that with the person.
If you support R. Kelly, you support everything he does.
That shit wrong. It's not okay.
Moving forward, Kanye West, R. Kelly, two of the most successful artists from Chicago.
And disappointing.
Of all time.
And disappointing.
Two of the most successful artists from Chicago. So we have now at this point, and at the time when R. Kelly got on, the time when Kanye got on, it wasn't a lot of shit coming out of Chicago. Now,
this is true.
The door for Chicago was kicked wide open. Shout out to
everybody
Sosa.
want artists from Chicago now.
Shout out to Sosa. He kicked shit wide open. Now there's so many Chicago artists coming out. We got Chance, we got Herb, we got Dirk, we got Polo G, we got El Hiller,
Cowboy.
we got Cowboy.
What's that girl
fucking
name?
hit. We got Dreezy, we got
She
Tink.
cold. I like that.
What Tink, where you at? We got Tink, we got all these artists. So what we gonna get into next is all of this success coming from Chicago and all of the inspiration from these people being so successful. Will that make Chicago? Will that translate into Chicago being a safer place because of the hope that we now have, as opposed to the despair that we was once in?
And that the reason why I like this topic is because when I was growing up in Chicago, at the time, you didn't have necessarily. You had like Andrew Bynum in them, who was like good in basketball. Not Andrew Bynum, the point guard. What was his name? He played for the Pistons. Kevin. He was same team as Kevin Garnett.
Thomas.
No, he was on the same team as Kevin Garnett.
Ronnie Fields.
Right. So you had people like that in Kevin Garnett and all these dudes. Those was the people that people was looking at on the sports side and was like, I want to be them. I want to make it out of Chicago. I want to do that. Mm-hmm. But you didn't have that much of a success story coming from the slums and then making it big, right? It wasn't that many success stories. And if you knew of it, it just, it was, this what I don't like a lot about people that put that whole from Chicago thing together, is because they could be from South Holland. They could be from Glenwood. They could be from all these places that doesn't tie directly into the inner city of Chicago. Say they from Chicago and say, look how many people make it out of Chicago. You didn't fucking make it out of Chicago. You made it out of South Holland. It's a big difference. Like you made it out of Dalton. You didn't make it out of Chicago. So when you see these people like Herb and Dirk and Chance, even though Chance wasn't that person that was probably gangbanging or anything like that, he lived in the middle of the motherfucking hood.
Right.
So when these people make it out, give people hope and be like, yeah, okay, maybe Dirk and Herb, maybe they did gangbang, but you see that there's a way out.
Absolutely.
Maybe I don't have to gangbang. Chance, I feel like, is a perfect example because Chance was considered what? A weirdo. Mm-hmm. He was considered odd. Different. He was considered different, right? Mm-hmm. Right. You know how many kids used to stay. I know a dude, as a matter of fact, I know a dude that I could compare to that right now. He went to my grammar school. He was smart, but he was weird. He didn't talk to anybody. Mm-hmm. He liked cartoons and anime and stuff like that. Back then, he had no outlet, right? He had no outlet. He wasn't a gangbanger. He wasn't bad. He didn't fight. He didn't talk shit. He didn't use profanity. He didn't get into it with kids. Mm-hmm. He had no outlet. He had nobody to look up to. Mm-hmm. That same person can now look at a Chance the Rapper and be like, I have a way out. Mm-hmm. That same dude was smart as hell, didn't end up doing shit with his life. Smart as hell, ended up getting a regular job, never went to college, whatever the case may be. Didn't end up doing shit with his life because he didn't have nothing to look up to. He had a regular household, mother on public assistance. He didn't have that person to turn on the TV.
That's true.
And be like, he's from Chicago. Mm-hmm. I can be like him. Mm-hmm. And I can make my way out. Not saying I have to do it in the term of musically, mm-hmm. but somebody similar to me, mm-hmm. same kind of weirdo, mm-hmm. outlier type of personality, mm-hmm. made it out. Do we need more of that? And with more of that, can you see that bringing down the violence in Chicago? It won't stop it because It's just when it get hot, for some reason, people drink a certain type of Kool-Aid.
I would say to a certain extent. Only because you have to want that for yourself. A lot of people may not have nobody to look up to. But at what point do you make that chance? What point do you make that change and make that decision to be like, you know what? It don't have to be like this.
But how important?
There has to be something that I can do.
How
no
important?
Chance, Kanye, R. Kelly may not give you that message, but no, you may not get the answer for them. No, you may not get that guidance from them. But at what point, for yourself, do you say, and do you make that change?
But how important is it for you to want that for yourself, but also see proof of it?
Extremely.
That's the one thing.
And Chance is that advocate
that's
for
the
it.
one thing in the black community that's so fucked up.
He's our modern day Robin Hood.
You don't want to be a lawyer because you don't know a lawyer.
Right.
You don't know nobody who's a lawyer. You don't have the slightest bit of thought that you could become a lawyer.
You still can't though.
Now, I'm not saying that.
That's what I'm saying. There are no limitations.
You're a teacher.
But if you don't want to be
yourself.
But if you don't want to be that, then you're not going. You can't be that if you don't want to be that.
That's what I'm saying.
Correct.
But if you're a teacher, as a teacher,
right,
as a kid, you're influenced by everything around you. So, you're absolutely right. You have to want that for yourself. But at what age do you realize what you want for yourself?
There is no age. There's experiences.
But
everybody experiences things at different ages that gives them that, hey, you know what?
You could get to the age of 18.
Yeah, you can get to the age of 57.
But you could get to 18 and say, I want this for myself.
Yes.
But guess what? You already got 2 felonies because you just now realize
that shouldn't stop you.
I'm not saying it should stop you.
Yeah.
But the fact that now you have those people to look up to since 10, maybe you bypassed the felonies. Maybe you skipped out on all of that because you see success coming from Chicago. For instance, Herb and Dirk, they gangbang, right? They not a part. From what we see and what they show us, they have that mentality. They still Chicago as hell. But they see what they could lose, right? Mm-hmm. You don't see them parading around the streets of Chicago. You don't see them motherfucking sending... The people who not hood, you see arguing on FaceTime, threatening to kill people.
No, you don't see Chance doing it.
Well, the people who not hood but have that persona.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You're not hood, but
who faking it.
Your persona is that I'm hood. Mm-hmm. And I go on FaceTime or IG. Mm-hmm. I mean, when I catch you, I'm going to kill your ass, all this and that, this and that. The real motherfuckers who've been through that and seen that, they don't want no parts of that shit. Right? They not doing it.
You don't see Dirk and Herb.
You don't see them beefing with people, threatening to kill motherfuckers.
Because
they've actually seen it. They've actually witnessed
here in
it.
Chicago.
And they want that.
But they have also seen the light and the shadows and the darkness of the struggle. And in what ways are they using their success to reciprocate that? Like chances.
They probably not.
Don't worry,
they probably not.
They're not.
They probably not doing it on the same scale.
They're not.
Listen, they probably not doing it on the same scale. But I will argue that even though they not,
even if they can't do it on the same scale, collaborate with Chance.
Listen, even though they not promoting it, right? They not promoting it. I don't think they promoting it, right? They not promoting it, but it might take them a while to get to the point to fight against it because they grew up in it. Chance got a head start because he never grew up in it. He could have promoted it from day one because he never was a part of it.
Hey, let me pause.
And this is how he can show them how to stay the fuck up out of it.
Cool. Pause for a second. So we comparing Chance, what he's doing for Chicago, with what Dirk and Herb is doing for Chicago, correct?
Right.
So let's say this. Let's. I mean, I'm just saying that's where we at right now. So let's say this. What Chance is doing. All right, we seen him donate so much money. You know what I'm saying? We seen him doing
even
so
doing the
much.
Special Olympics. Like people weren't even thinking of our special needs kids here in Chicago. And now
Right. I got you. So I went to that concert. That shit was dope. He bought out Get Out, which was a black director. Yeah. A great movie. Bought that shit out on 87th in the hood. Didn't buy the shit out on Roosevelt. Bought the shit out on 87th. That shit was dope. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dirk might not be doing that, but Dirk just put King Von on. So it's Dirk got niggas that I can't do everything.
Artists.
Wait. I can't do everything for the whole city because I got niggas
Mm-hmm.
that I gotta figure out their situation.
That's fine.
Herb Chance don't have those dilemmas.
Yes, he definitely do.
I feel like he got a head start.
He's liaison to the whole save money.
No, what I'm saying is them niggas locked up?
No.
Is them niggas life in a crisis?
No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Dirk, I gotta go save this nigga. I gotta go save this nigga I grew up with. I gotta go save 10 niggas I grew up with.
This is true.
I can't look out for the whole Chicago because I got a nigga that I know.
We're not expecting you to look out for the whole Chicago. You just go back to your old grammar school and buy lunch for a day for the kids at your school. It's little bitty things. You'll spend $30,000-$40,000 on a watch. Real fast.
Hey, but we still gotta get up. No, but we still gotta.
Cool. But you want your city just to come back and respect you. You want us to hold you down.
But is he not still so that's why I say Chance has a head start because he never lived that. Like when you
even if you did,
let me explain something to you. When you participate in shit like that, it mentally. It doesn't leave you overnight. Mentally, it doesn't leave you. I work corporate America, and I still see a stain when I see a stain. Mm-hmm. I don't take the stain. I don't act on it. But mentally, his ass tweaking right now. I could get his ass. He wouldn't know about it, whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? Right. When you've been in that situation, that shit don't leave overnight. So what I'm saying is,
y'all neglecting the fact that Chance is also a part of the streets too. No,
I'm not.
He's not.
What I'm saying
in the streets.
What I'm saying is,
he definitely has streets.
What I'm saying is, there is credit to be given to people like Dirk and Herb to the fact that they at least don't participate and then don't promote participating. That's a big step.
They need to just share.
That is a huge step.
Because that's
the reason why Chance don't do it, because he never did it. These two motherfuckers was in it. Like,
right.
Can you really say never?
Let me say this too.
He says it. He says he was never part of that.
Dirk.
He says that.
Let me say this too, because you saying that it's a big deal that they don't promote that shit, and it is because who are the kids more following? I teach in Inglewood. Those kids are following. Dirk. Number one is gonna be C-Dot because he right around that area. So C-Dot right there, C-Dot Honcho. That's who the kids at the school I go. The school I teach at. That's they idol. Mm-hmm. And then you got Dirk and you got Herb. Chance, they fuck with the music, but they not following.
They can't
Chance.
relate to him
as
much.
But at the same time, I give Dirk and Herb credit for saving niggas that could still be out here knocking heads off. Mm. They took them niggas out of situations.
What about those strongly suggested songs that still influence you, knocking a motherfucker's head off?
But
what does that do?
I don't. I'm not against that, but you can't.
They still gonna make the music.
I gotta make music from what I experienced. And they still not giving back
to their communities.
I gotta give it. I'm giving back from my community because that nigga just got out. He could have knocked their motherfucking head off, and now he with me in LA.
Okay, that's one.
So it's a stepping stone. For them, it's more of a stepping stone.
Yeah.
I put them 10 steps behind Chance because they got to get from under their situation.
Correct.
Whereas Chance was at level ground and all he could do was go up. They had to crawl out of some shit. They had to crawl out of some shit. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel like they now at the position where they are at level ground. They at where Chance started at. Mm. So 5-6 years in. Okay. 5-6 years in, they at level ground. Now we can start judging them. Now we can start saying if they continue and they gonna make drill or gangster music same as shit. Jay-Z even put a verse in there. Play with me if you want to. Whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
So they still gonna make music that's gonna show where they came from. And rep they city and they genre of how they grew up. Mm-hmm. But it's their actions that have to speak louder. It's their actions. And when their actions are, man, I'm chilling. Mm-hmm. I go to shows. I Googled the motherfucker Herb page. Every 4 or 5 different posts or whatever. His fucking son on there.
Yeah.
Here for your father.
So that right there alone. That right there alone. And it's not this my son. It's a fucking video of this nigga baby talking. With his son.
He honors that child.
Yeah.
Show that shit to a 16-year-old new father from the hood.
What's more of an impact? I'm gonna
shake on that. I'm gonna shake on that.
Question. What's more of an impact? $1 million to CPS or a rapper from the hood being with his son?
That's way more.
What's more impactful?
That's way more of an impact. The reason why
impactful. And some shit you can't put a price.
I don't even think he
$1 million to CPS ain't nothing but toilet paper.
Exactly.
I'm glad you know that. More than that.
And that's not taking nothing away from Chance though.
No, it's not taking nothing away from Chance.
I don't even think.
But he's a parent too.
I don't even think he realizes the importance of him being a father.
Yeah.
Like, he understands it's important for me to be a father, but does he really understand how important it is for people to look at him being a father, where he from, his age, because he's still a shorty, ain't what he?
If you see, even in that video I showed you with the TSA situation, you see how this? No. Do you see how he, even then from the TSA situation, how he conducted himself?
Yeah.
Had he not been a father, he would have been. Fuck y'all. Fuck all this shit. You know what I mean? Because I don't have shit to lose. I don't care. But I'm a father now. So what? Yeah. Okay. Good fucking day to you too.
That's what I'm saying. Is they success is the way that they handling it. The way that they handling success, because I like, and no diss to a Soulja Boy or a Bow Wow or anything like that, but I feel like they have trouble handling success because the act or the persona that they want to give people is not truly them. Meaning, you got a Dirk and you got like a Herb, right? Mm-hmm. They go on there. People on there, they can say stuff about them. People can say stuff about them. You don't see these motherfuckers responding. You don't see these motherfuckers trying to check somebody or telling somebody, nigga, now if they see you in person, that's a different story. We seen 4 years ago.
You ever just check somebody?
No, I'm just saying. We seen 4 years ago, the nigga Dirk got into it with Game. He wasn't posting shit. Game dissed him, did all this. He wasn't posting shit. He ran into his ass at a club and they got on that. So it's a difference. It's a difference when you've lived that life and you trying to create a better situation for yourself. Then your better situation is revolved around living that life. Totally different. I'm a hood nigga trying to make it out, or I'm a nigga who made it out with the persona of a hood nigga. Totally different. So seeing that, can that be a lot better for not? Ain't nothing gonna stop the violence in Chicago. Nothing's gonna stop it. We gonna always be up there ranked.
It's a culture.
But can it have a great effect on it? I think it can. If you have people like that, younger people like that, who get their voice, and I'm not saying they have to, I'm giving $1 million to CPS, they just show a different mindset. G Herbo posting his son every 4 or 5 posts. That's a different mindset.
Yeah.
A nigga who 23 years old in the slums of Chicago probably can go months without seeing his son. But a nigga they idolize posts his son every 4 or 5 posts. Unfortunately, but fortunately, that alone can make a nigga go see his son. That alone can make a nigga.
So that's how highly influenced.
That's what I'm saying.
The Chicago,
but it has to be that type of person.
Yeah.
Gotta be somebody you connect with.
It has to be that type of person.
Chance deserves 100% credit for being.
Yes, I give him all.
As far as fatherhood, Chance is a nigga that we look at like you supposed to be there for your kid. That's how we look at Chance. It would be more of an outrage if he wasn't there. It'd be more of a big deal made if he wasn't fucking with his kid.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Versus a nigga like
that's true.
Versus a nigga like her, it'd be it's
It's adorable.
It's adorable that he's with the kid. If he heard that he wasn't fucking with the kid, that should be brushed off, blown in the wind. It wouldn't be no big deal because of the persona.
The biggest story is the fact that he's there.
But that don't speak to Herb as an individual. That speak to how we stigmatize certain rappers and people that present themselves in a certain way. We stigmatize hood niggas as not being fathers, and we stigmatize the type of nigga Chance is as being fathers. So that don't got nothing to do with Herb as an individual. That's just how we stigmatize.
I'm not saying the pressure is on him.
I ain't saying I agree.
I'm just saying, in seeing that,
yeah,
on the outside looking in, you thinking like, man, nigga, you making more moves than you think you making. Yeah. Like, you get what I'm saying? You contributing without trying to contribute. So, you get what I'm saying?
Final take on, do you think the more success?
Seeing that, more hood success.
Success.
Not Chicago. I'm talking about inner city. Yeah. Slum success. So people you can relate to. Do you think that they have
Dirk, your L Hitler, your Polo G, your Lil, I can't even say it, Lil, I don't know. All these other niggas, Cowboy K. Cowboy, you know what I'm saying? All these niggas. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like that can contribute to some more a little bit more peace, more positive vibes in Chicago.
More positive.
If we don't have more situations, I don't want to say more situations like Herbo, because he was blessed with a situation that can show him that lighter side. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Not everybody, right, with the child. Not everyone is going to have a child.
So it's a blessing in disguise.
It's a blessing in disguise, yeah. Ultimately, with the content of the songs now, I don't think so.
Because you're saying it's still the same content.
The content
ultimately,
it's still the same.
Ultimately,
yeah. So
it's either the content. The content is the problem now. Uh-huh. The problem is it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our kids went from gin and juice, I got 5 on it, to Oxycontin.
Yeah.
Oxycontin. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the future artists, but even still, our Chicago artists singing about the same shit.
So I think yes.
If the content doesn't change,
I think yes, but the same. That's why I use Jay-Z as an example, because people who grew up listening to Jay-Z saw his transition, mm-hmm. and it took a while for him to transition. Mm-hmm. It took him into what? The Black Album, maybe even Blueprint 3.
I would say Blueprint 2.
No. I'm saying it took him maybe to Blueprint 3 to get 90% positivity in his raps.
90% positivity is 444.
Even longer.
Like, come on.
So that's what I'm saying. But you get what that.
Well, I'm not. Nah, Watch the Throne was pretty positive on his.
What I'm saying is,
I'll take that back.
What I'm saying is, as influential as he was to an era,
right?
As successful as he was, as much of a boss as he was, as much as a motivation as he was still talking about flipping keys in American Gangster.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Even though he was long past that shit.
Even though he was long past it, he was still talking about it.
Jeezy too.
Jeezy. So it's like,
that's one of my favorites.
Even though they kind of still talk about it, their actions don't promote it. I understand the music hasn't really much changed, but you see Jay-Z, you listen to American Gangster, and then you look at him. You're nothing like the motherfucker. You're nowhere near the individual in that album. You're rapping it because you know it, and because you know the struggle, and you were that. But you right now are not that person. I feel like as long as people can distinguish between the two, their success can help the youth of Chicago become better. Yeah, he's still talking about, I was on the block and I did that and that. The key word there is I was. I did.
A lot of people talking about what's going on now.
But it's not always
and that's why it's so.
No, but I get it. I get that. But as long as they understand that it was a was situation.
I hear that. A 7th grader don't understand. I'm gonna say this. If I'm in 7th grade, if I'm an adult, but especially if I'm a kid, I'm gonna. You saying like when I look at Jay-Z, how often am I looking at Jay-Z? How often am I looking at Lil Herb? How often am I looking at Lil Durk? I'm gonna listen to the song 1,000 times. I'm gonna watch the interview once. So what's gonna stick with me? He just So that's one way I'm looking at that. You know what I'm saying? Another way, what I feel like is the success, all these niggas could be as successful as they want if they don't have a direct connection with the only people that's gonna like change because of that or benefit off that is the people they have direct connection with. I think it comes down to parents and what's being pushed on kids at home. And I think that people ebb and flow with an artist or whatever. I feel like people ebb and flow with an artist's ups and downs. And what I mean by that is like, let's take Lil Herb for example. We love the hood shit. We love the drill shit from Lil Herb. We love Welcome to FaEva Land. We love the Computers remix. We love all that shit. When Herb caught his gun case, he was the stupidest motherfucker in the world.
Because we understood.
Because it's cool as hell to do some hood shit till some hood shit happen for real. So it's cool for you to talk about riding around with these guns, but when we realize you're a millionaire still doing this shit, now we gonna call you a dumbass. So it's like, which one is it? Are we gonna champion the shit? Or are we not gonna champion the shit? Are we encouraging the shit or are we not encouraging the shit? Yeah. So it don't come down to the rappers. It come down to us as the consumer. Do we want positivity or do we want negativity?
But we still gotta feed off of it.
We don't have
because we cannot sit here and be like, you're famous for being a hood nigga. Let me tell you this. He was caught with some guns and he was called a dumbass. Let him would have got robbed and didn't have a gun. He would have caught a fucking fraud. His career would have been over. So which one is it? We can't look at it both. It can't be both ways.
With all these guns, or you
it can't be both ways. We either gonna champion for being a real nigga, or like, is it okay to be 6'9"?
No.
Or is it okay? It must be, because if you get caught with a gun, you a dumbass. So can you fake it, or do you have to be a real nigga? Rick Ross we call Rick Ross a fraud, but G Herb is a dumbass. Which one is it? Like, do we want you to be a real nigga or not? We want the violence in the music, but we don't want the shit to be real. So it come down to us. It don't come down to them. Right. It's on us as a consumer, because we decide all these niggas that became famous is because of our decision. We decided to promote these niggas.
Are you looking at it from an adult standpoint?
No, he said a 17.
No, that has to be.
I'm looking at it from both. I'm looking at it from both because the seventh grader
can't distinguish those two. I'm not going to believe a 7th grader can distinguish the difference between what you just explained.